Hello everybody.
I'm Hoivo. Every time I sit down in front of this camera, there's this special feeling I get. It's not just about sharing dry facts or financial tips. It feels more like a heart-to-heart conversation. Like you and I are sitting down over a cup of coffee, just talking about life and the things that really matter. Have you ever asked yourself, am I truly ready for wealth? Or, what do I actually need to do to become wealthy? A lot of my friends, people I've had the chance to walk alongside on their financial journey, often start with those exact questions. And I always tell them this.
else isn't a destination. It's a journey.
And more importantly, it starts right here.
The first secret. Pay yourself first. The golden rule of else you must never forget.
On this journey toward building real wealth, there's one rule I call the golden financial law.
It's so simple. It almost sounds too good to be true.
But it's powerful enough to change your entire life. And it goes like this. Pay yourself first. Sounds obvious, right? But let's be honest, are you really doing that?
Or are you living the other way around?
Think about it. When money hits your account, what's the first thing that crosses your mind? Is it rent?
Utility bills?
Credit card payments? Groceries? Takeout? Shopping?
You pay the landlord.
You pay the grocery store. You pay the phone company. And if there's anything left, then you think about saving. You see, most of us are programmed to pay everyone else first, and only then, maybe, ourselves. And what's the result? That never-ending cycle of lack. By the end of the month, you're left wondering, where did all my money go? Let me tell you about someone I'll never forget. One of my former students, a bright young woman named Sarah. She had a good job, decent income, but always said the same thing. I just don't have enough to save. Sarah believed she had to wait until she made a lot of money, maybe a few $1,000s a month, before she could even think about saving. But I asked her, Sarah, the issue isn't how much you earn. The real question is, how much do you keep, and what do you do with it? So I gave her a challenge. From now on, no matter how much you make, whether it's $500 or $5,000, you take a small piece off the top. Just 10%. Or even 5% if that's all you can manage. She gave me that skeptical look, but she agreed to give it a try. And guess what happened? A few months later, Sarah had built up a small savings fund. But more importantly, her mindset had changed. She no longer felt like a victim of her money. She started feeling like the boss. She began telling her money where to go, instead of asking, where did it all go? Wealth, my friend, doesn't respond to how much money you make. It responds to your discipline. You don't need to be a millionaire to start applying this principle. You can begin with whatever you have, $1, $10, $100. What matters is building the habit.
Picture it like this.
Every dollar you earn is like a soldier in your financial army. When you spend, you're sending those soldiers out to work for someone else. But when you pay yourself first, you're recruiting those soldiers to your side, training them, and sending them out to work for you. And they'll work tirelessly, earning returns, multiplying, and helping you build a stronger, smarter army. This isn't selfish. It's responsible. Responsible for your own future, your dreams, and the goals you're holding close to your heart.
Do you want financial freedom?
Do you want to have choices in life? Then you need to act like an owner, not an employee. Don't wait until you have more money to start saving. That's a mental trap that 97% of people fall into. Start now with what you have. Because when you start with what you have, you'll eventually have more. Are you stuck in negative thinking about your finances?
Are you telling yourself, I just can't change things?
Let me tell you something, that's not true. The issue isn't that you can't, it's that you haven't yet changed how you think about money, and how you act with it.
So start today.
Open a separate savings account. One that you never touch for daily spending. Set up a small automatic transfer into that account right after every paycheck. Even if it feels too small to matter, do it anyway. Because the biggest difference isn't in the amount. It's in the decision. the moment you take control of your financial life. I want you to feel the power of that action.
Try it for 30 days.
Just 30. And I truly believe you'll start to see changes. Not just in your bank account, but in your mindset,
In your mood.
in your confidence. Think you'll give up? Don't. Remember, every great journey starts with a small, steady step. And paying yourself first, that's your first solid step on the path to true wealth. I hope you've already started applying that golden rule in your life. Because trust me, it's the first solid foundation on your path to wealth.
Now, let's take things a little deeper.
We're about to touch on something most people overlook. And this, right here, is what separates those who just work hard from those who build wealth. Secret number 2. Focus on increasing your value, not just your effort. On my journey building a career and financial stability, I've seen so many people fall into one big trap. They believe that if they just work harder, if they put in more hours, the money will magically show up. Sound familiar? Are you thinking, if I work 10 hours instead of 8, I'll earn more? Or, if I take on a second job, things will finally get better?
Now don't get me wrong. Hard work matters.
I'm not here to dismiss effort. Effort is important, but effort alone is often the slowest path to lasting success. You can grind 16 hours a day, but if what you're doing is something anyone else can do, your value stays low. Because the market doesn't pay you for hours.
The market pays you for value.
Let that sink in. If you spend 10 hours doing something simple and repetitive, something anyone could learn to do, that's one thing. But if you spend 10 hours creating a solution people are desperate for, if you craft a product that others crave, if you offer a service no one else can deliver the way you do, now that's a whole different story. I remember talking to a friend of mine, a talented carpenter. He worked from early morning till late at night, constantly exhausted, and his income? Barely moved. He said, I work twice as hard as most people, but I don't see the money. So I asked him, do you have any unique skill that sets you apart?
Can you design furniture no one else can?
Can you solve complex building problems others can't? He went quiet. Then I suggested something. Instead of just hammering and sanding all day, why not learn high-end interior design? Learn how to use 3D software so your clients can visualize what you're building before you even start. Learn how to communicate and sell your artistic vision. At first, he resisted. He said, I don't have time. I need to work to earn money. But I encouraged him to carve out just 30 minutes a day. He started watching tutorials, reading design books, and even took a short online course in communication skills. And guess what? About a year later, he wasn't just a hard-working carpenter anymore. He had become a visionary interior designer, an artist who could bring dreams to life. Clients started coming to him not for labor, but for the unique value he offered. His income multiplied. But more importantly, he found passion and purpose in his work.
That's the secret, my friend.
The truly wealthy, those who are financially free, they get this principle. They're always investing in themselves. They sharpen skills the market rewards, the kind of skills that create leverage. Skills like
communication, to persuade and inspire.
Leadership, to guide others toward a shared goal. Sales, to create opportunities and connect your value to real needs. And of course, financial intelligence, so your money works for you, not the other way around. Are you stuck in the cycle of just working harder, while forgetting to become more valuable? Are you telling yourself you're too old to learn, or not smart enough to pick up new skills?
Please don't.
Because money always follows value. If you can solve bigger problems for more people, or create greater impact, the rewards will naturally follow. So instead of counting the hours you work, start asking yourself, what skill can I develop today that will make me irreplaceable tomorrow? What value can I bring to the table that others are overlooking? Once you shift your mindset from effort to value, you're starting to think like the 3%, the people who actually build wealth. And that's when the door to true prosperity begins to open. Think about it. It's not just about the money. It's about your growth. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. Now, let's move on to a secret I believe is one of the most powerful and life-changing distinctions between those who struggle with money and those who achieve financial freedom. It requires a small sacrifice in the present, but it brings massive rewards in the future.
Are you ready?
Secret number 3. Practice delayed gratification, the key to unlocking your wealthy future. Did you know most of us are hardwired for instant gratification?
We want things now. 더 뉴카어 now.
The latest phone, now.
더 big night out right now.
It's human nature, and honestly, that's exactly why 97% of people stay broke. They live for the moment. They chase temporary highs. They see something cool online, and boom, add to cart. They feel bored, so they shop. They feel stressed, they go out for an expensive meal. And sure, those things bring a little comfort. For a moment. But the second the money is gone, that comfort disappears. And so the cycle continues, spending for short-term pleasure, instead of investing in long-term freedom. But the 3%, the people who build lasting wealth, they operate by a different law. The law of delayed gratification. Think of it like farming. You plant a seed in the ground. You don't expect to harvest the next day, do you? Of course not. You water it. You care for it. You wait for the season. And then, harvest time comes, and it's abundant. Wealth works the same way.
When you delay a small pleasure today, you are not just saving money. You are planting a seed for financial freedom. Every dollar you don't blow on things you don't need.
Every time you say no to a flashy dinner, a trendy outfit, or a night out that empties your wallet, you're sending another soldier into your financial army. I still remember when I first started this journey. Money was tight. Friends were out partying, shopping, chasing the latest trends. Of course I wanted to join them. It felt good to fit in, to enjoy the moment. But then came the hard question. Should I buy that shiny car to impress people? Or should I invest in a course, a book, or maybe a small business idea?
I chose the second.
No one clapped. No one cheered. But the $300 I didn't spend on a night out. The $500 I saved by skipping the latest gadget. That money didn't just sit in my wallet. It went into the stock market, into a side project, into books that made me smarter. And after a few years, those little dollars multiplied. They didn't just grow, they gave me freedom. Freedom to choose.
Freedom to live how I want.
Freedom from the stress of bills and paycheck-to-paycheck living. The people who build wealth don't waste their energy trying to keep up with their neighbors. They focus on building their own future. Every dollar you don't spend on temporary pleasure is a worker you send into your financial army, fighting for your freedom.
So let me ask you. Are you caught in the trap of I want it now?
Do you feel like you can't resist that urge to spend? Do you believe that delaying gratification is just too hard?
Let me tell you something.
It's a skill. And it can be trained. Start small. Skip that $5 latte and put it in a savings jar. Wait for a sale before buying that new gadget, or ask yourself if you really need it. Every one of those small decisions, when repeated, forms a powerful habit.
Ask yourself this.
What can I delay today that will make me more free tomorrow? That's the mindset that separates the wealthy from everyone else. Are you ready to start planting those seeds of freedom?
I truly believe you can.
And your future self will thank you for it. Now, let's dive into a key element. Something I believe is absolutely crucial if you want to turn all those good intentions into real, lasting financial results. This is something the most successful people never skip. And it's what will carry you through, even when your motivation starts to fade.
Are you ready for secret 사포? Secret 사포. Build a financial system, let your money work for you.
You know, success in money, or really in anything in life, rarely comes from random inspiration, sudden leaps, or even sheer willpower in a single moment. No. Sustainable wealth is built by doing simple things. extraordinarily well and consistently over time. I've seen so many people start off with great intentions. I'm going to save a ton. I'll invest every month. But then life hits.
Bills pile up. Temptations show up.
And that initial motivation? It fades. Disappears. Sound familiar?
Maybe you promised yourself you'd save. But forgot by the end of the month.
Maybe you meant to invest, but got too busy and missed the moment. Well, here's what the top 3% understand clearly. They don't rely on memory, motivation, or mood to build wealth. They build systems. They create simple, automated routines that allow their money to work for them, even when they're not feeling motivated, focused, or disciplined. Think of it like growing a garden. You don't just plant seeds and hope they grow on their own, right? You set up a system, a watering routine, proper fertilizing, regular monitoring. Money works the same way. One of the most powerful tools in this system is automation. It's simple but life-changing. Set up automatic transfers so that a portion of your income, the part you pay yourself first, remember, goes directly into your savings or investment account before you even see it in your main checking account. This guarantees you're always saving, without having to think about it, fight temptation, or remember to do it. Let me tell you about my old colleague Mark. Mark was a really smart guy, but terrible with money, total goldfish memory. He wanted to save, but kept forgetting. Or worse, spending on stuff he didn't need. I told him,
Set up an automatic transfer.
at first, he resisted. He said, I don't want to be forced, I want to stay in control. But eventually, he gave it a shot. Just a small amount, a few $dozen each week. He set it and forgot it. A few years later, we caught up. He was shocked. That little amount, thanks to compound interest and consistency, had grown into a solid investment account. Mark laughed and said, I didn't even do anything. And the money just grew. The system did all the heavy lifting. That's the beauty of a good system. It runs quietly, in the background, day after day, week after week, building momentum without needing your daily emotional input. It doesn't care if you're tired, distracted, or in a bad mood. It just works. And yes, part of your system should include financial tracking too. That doesn't mean you need to be an Excel nerd or a financial expert. It could be a simple spreadsheet, a free budgeting app, or even just a notebook. The point is, know where your money is going. Make smarter, clearer decisions. Stop spending emotionally and start spending intentionally. Are you letting your money quietly slip through your fingers, without even realizing it? Do you think you need to be financially smart to build a system? You don't. You just need to be consistent and proactive. Don't wait to feel motivated. Don't wait to feel ready. Build your system now, so it works for you later.
Automate your savings. Automate your investing. Automate your tracking.
That's how the top 3% build wealth. Not by luck, but by design. So, are you ready to turn your good intentions into automatic actions? And build results that actually last?
I believe you can.
Together, we've explored 4 core secrets for creating lasting wealth.
Pay yourself first.
Focus on increasing value, not just effort. Practice delayed gratification. Build a financial system that works for you. Each secret is a piece of a bigger puzzle. And when they come together, they create a complete picture of true, lasting success. Now, let's move on to a secret I like to call the light that illuminates your financial path. It's not flashy. It's not sexy. But it's powerful. So powerful that it can completely shift the way you control and design your financial future.
Are you ready for secret 5?
Secret number 5. Spend with purpose, not emotion. Let your money work for your vision. You know, one of the biggest reasons people struggle with money, even when they earn a decent income, is because they simply don't know where their money is going. It slips through their fingers like water through a sieve, unnoticed, unmanaged. Do you ever find yourself wondering,
Where did all my paycheck go?
Why do I never seem to have anything left to save?
Let me share with you a quote I live by.
You can't manage what you don't measure. This is true in every part of life, but especially true when it comes to money. Trying to navigate your finances without tracking where your money goes is like trying to sail a ship with no compass. You might feel like you're heading in the right direction, but without clear data, you're just drifting. Wealth is not built on guesses or hope. It's built on clarity. And the top 3% of financially free people? They know exactly where every dollar goes. Not because they're obsessed with counting pennies. Not because they're trying to squeeze all the joy out of life. But because they understand a powerful truth. Clarity creates power. When you know where your money is leaking, when you see clearly where you're overspending or underinvesting, you gain the power to adjust, to improve, to grow. Tracking your spending isn't about fear. It's about freedom. It's not about restriction. It's about awareness.
I remember when I first started my own financial journey.
I began with something super simple. A little money journal. Each week, I would write down how much I earned, how much I spent, how much I saved, how much I invested. At first, it was uncomfortable. I started noticing all the little purchases that weren't serving me. Money was disappearing into stuff I didn't even remember buying. But here's the magic. What gets tracked transforms. Once you start tracking where your money goes, you naturally start making better decisions. You realize, wow, I'm eating out way too often. Why did I buy 3 things on impulse this week? Even just seeing the numbers creates a desire to improve. And with those clear numbers in front of you, you can set real goals and hold yourself accountable.
Are you still living in financial darkness? Telling yourself things like,
I don't want to obsess over money. I'll figure it out later. Let me be honest with you, those are the thoughts keeping you stuck. That's the kind of thinking that keeps people in the 97%, the ones who struggle month after month. Don't wait until you feel ready, or until you earn more. Start now, with whatever you've got. It could be
A notebook, A Google Sheet, A budgeting app, whatever works for you.
what matters most is consistency.
Track your money weekly.
Look at it honestly, and make small changes intentionally. Over time, this simple habit becomes a rock-solid financial foundation. So if you want to move from the 97% who are just surviving, to the 3% who are thriving and financially free, here's your challenge. Be ruthless about clarity. Know exactly where every dollar is going. And you'll start to see exactly where your future is going, too.
That's where true financial freedom begins. Are you ready to flip the switch and shine a light on your financial life? Because I believe you can. And once you do, nothing will ever be the same.
Now, let's dive into another powerful truth. One that I believe shines a light straight onto your financial path. It might seem simple at first, even ordinary. But don't underestimate it. This habit can completely transform how you build wealth.
Secret Step 6. Track your money clearly. Let clarity guide the way.
Have you ever tried reviewing your financial goals every morning? Sounds small, maybe even unnecessary, right? But it's actually a powerful ritual. It sets the tone for your entire day. It reminds you of what you're working toward. It keeps your focus razor sharp when distractions, stress, or temptations try to pull you off course. And of course, investing every paycheck, even if it's just a small amount, is another incredibly powerful habit. It reinforces that golden principle we talked about earlier. Pay yourself first.
It keeps your money moving. It keeps your momentum alive.
Over time, these small contributions grow, thanks to the magic of compound interest. Albert Einstein once called compound interest the 8th wonder of the world. And he was right. It's not how much you invest at the start that matters. It's that you invest regularly.
I remember when I first started my financial journey.
I wasn't wealthy. Not even close. But I committed to a set of daily rituals that changed everything. Each morning, I'd spend a few minutes reading about money, just a few pages. I reviewed my goals, real numbers, real deadlines. I set up an automatic transfer to send part of my paycheck into my investment account the moment it arrived. And every week, I cut back just one small expense, no matter how tiny. At first, it felt like nothing. I thought, what's the point? A few dollars here, a few minutes there. But over time, those small steps became unstoppable momentum. They reshaped my entire financial future. Are you thinking you need some huge income or complex plan to start building wealth? Are you doubting whether your small actions can even make a difference? Let me tell you something. You don't need more resources. You need more rhythm.
Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Focus on what you can control, your daily habits.
These simple disciplines, done with consistency and intention, become your financial rituals. They're the bricks and mortar of your financial future. Wealth doesn't come as a big surprise event. It's not luck. It's a process, shaped by what you do every single day.
So I ask you,
Are you ready to turn your small actions into powerful rituals? Are you ready to let those little habits lead you to true financial freedom?
because I believe you absolutely can.
And now, we're about to explore something that's foundational. Something that supports everything we've talked about so far.
Imagine building a house.
But instead of relying on one or two support beams, you have a whole system of strong, unshakable pillars.
Are you ready for secret step 7?
Secret number 7. Build multiple streams of income. Create lasting financial stability.
Let me ask you something.
Can you imagine a house standing firm on just one pillar?
Sounds risky, right?
One strong wind, one unexpected shake, and the whole thing could come crashing down. In the world of money, relying on just one source of income, like a single job, is just as dangerous. It's like standing on one leg in the middle of life's storm. Any sudden event, a job loss, an economic downturn, or a health crisis, can knock you off balance, sometimes for years. The top 3% of financially successful people understand this truth. They don't put all their eggs in one basket. They build their financial house on multiple solid pillars. Are you depending on just one income stream right now? Are you thinking, if I just do a great job at work, everything will be fine?
I'm here to tell you the truth.
A job can give you stability, but rarely wealth or true financial freedom. To get there, you need more than one stream of money flowing in. Picture your income like a table with 4 legs.
leg 4번, your main job.
Leg number 2. Income from investments, your money working for you.
leg 3, A side hustle or passion project.
Leg number 4. Passive income, from assets or royalties. The more legs that table has, the more stable and balanced it becomes. That's how you create real security. And no, you don't have to start with all 4 legs today.
Just begin where you are.
Maybe that's starting a small side hustle. And listen, a side hustle isn't just about making extra money. It's a real-life classroom for learning about business, discipline, and creativity. It teaches you how to create value independently, not just as someone else's employee. I remember one of my students. She was an English teacher. She loved her job, but the salary wasn't great. She worried about her future. I asked her, "What can you do with your current skills to create a second stream of income?" She thought about it and started tutoring English online in the evenings. At first, just a few students, a little extra cash. But then she learned how to promote herself better, manage her schedule, and improve her service. That little side gig turned into a small online tutoring center. Years later, when I saw her again, she had hired other teachers and built a small team. That second income stream gave her freedom, choices, and stability her main job alone never could. It became the second pillar of her financial house. Or maybe you want to keep it simple. Start learning about investing. Even small, consistent investments like we talked about in your daily financial habits can grow and diversify your income over time. The real power of having multiple income streams is protection. If one pillar gets shaky, say you lose your job or the economy dips, your other income streams keep you steady. That kind of resilience is what separates the financially free 3% from the struggling 97%. They don't rely on luck. They don't rely on one paycheck. They build options. They build strength. Are you putting all your hope in one single income source? Do you believe you don't have enough time or skills to build a second stream? Let me tell you, you've got more in you than you think. To take control of your future, you need more than one path leading to prosperity.
소스타트 토데이.
Even if it's small, learn a new skill that can generate extra income. Start investing, even if it's just a few dollars. Watch how your financial foundation starts to grow stronger. Wealth isn't just about earning money. It's about building a structure strong enough to support the life you truly want.
웰스 이즈 프리덤.
And freedom comes from having multiple streams flowing into your financial garden. Secret number 8. Focus on self-education, the path to priceless wealth. Let me tell you something that I believe has more power to change your life than any university degree you could ever earn. It's the key to expanding your vision, your capabilities, and yes, your wallet.
Are you ready for this?
Secret number 8. Focus on self-education, the path to priceless wealth. There's a quote I absolutely love. Formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. Think about that for a moment. Most of us spend decades in school learning general subjects. And hey, that's fine. It helps you get a job. But let me ask you, did school ever teach you how to manage your money? How to build assets? How to turn ideas into income? Rarely, right? Does this sound familiar? You graduated with a degree, maybe even with honors, but you're still struggling with personal finances. Maybe you think you need a master's or a PhD to be wealthy.
Let me stop you right there.
The key difference between the 97% who struggle and the 3% who build wealth isn't the degree on the wall. It's what they choose to feed their mind every single day. Wealth isn't just a number in your bank account. It's a mindset, one that's shaped through consistent learning and growth. When I first started my financial journey, I didn't have an impressive degree. I wasn't born into a rich family. But I made one powerful decision. If I wanted to change my financial future, I had to change what I fed my brain. While most people spend their free time watching TV or endlessly scrolling social media, the wealthy did the opposite. They studied the game. They read books about money. They listened to financial mentors. They observed successful people with curiosity and intention. Your mind is like fertile soil. If you plant seeds of useless info, negativity, or distractions, don't be surprised if you harvest frustration. But if you plant seeds of financial wisdom, smart strategies, and mindset shifts, then growth, confidence, and prosperity are what you'll reap.
You don't need to know everything today.
What matters is making a daily commitment to nourish your mind with what it needs to thrive. I gave myself one simple rule. Spend at least 10 minutes a day reading a finance book or listening to a talk on wealth. That's it. Just 10 minutes. But over time, those small learning sessions transformed the way I thought, acted, and decided. The key here is consistency. Don't wait until you have more free time or enough money to buy expensive books. Make learning about money part of your daily rhythm. Follow the people who've already done what you're trying to do. You'll absorb not just their knowledge, but their mindset.
Are you thinking you've learned enough?
That learning more is overwhelming or unnecessary.
Let me be clear.
Stopping your learning is like holding your breath and expecting to grow. You can't grow without oxygen, and in your financial life, self-education is that oxygen. Wealth starts in the mind long before it shows up in your bank account. Feed your brain the principles of wealth. Don't let it be distracted by noise and nonsense. And watch your financial life transform. You don't need to work harder. You need to learn smarter. And you need to do it every single day. Are you ready to invest in the most valuable asset you'll ever own?
Your own mind.
Key recap. We've now uncovered 8 powerful secrets to creating lasting wealth.
Pay yourself first.
Focus on adding value, not just working harder.
Master the power of delayed gratification.
Build a financial system that works for you. Spend with purpose, not emotion. Track your money clearly and consistently. Build multiple streams of income. Commit to daily self-education. Each of these secrets is a puzzle piece. Put them together, and you'll see the full picture of financial freedom. Secret number 9. Set clear goals with deadlines. Turn dreams into real plans.
Let me introduce you to a secret I call the compass of your financial journey.
It's what turns blurry dreams into crystal clear plans, turns potential into progress, and turns hope into real wealth.
Are you ready for secret 39?
Set clear goals with deadlines. Turn dreams into real plans.
Dreams are beautiful.
But let's be honest. Dreams alone won't build wealth. A lot of us have big dreams, a beautiful home, financial freedom, being able to take care of our family. But those dreams float around in our heads.
No clear shape. No solid path. Just ideas.
Hopes.
Someday thoughts.
And what happens? Our energy gets scattered. Our efforts go in 100 directions. And we end up like a leaf in the wind, moving, but not really going anywhere.
I remember when I first started out. I had big dreams, just like you.
But they felt vague.
Out of reach.
That is, until I did something very simple, yet incredibly powerful. I wrote down exactly what I wanted, and when I wanted to achieve it.
Everything changed.
Suddenly, every decision I made, every step I took, had a purpose. A target. I wasn't just working hard. I was working towards something. Here's what I've learned from being around high performers. The top 3% who actually build wealth. They don't hope to become wealthy. They set crystal clear financial goals, and those goals ignite something deep inside them.
It's not wishful thinking.
It's laser focus.
So let me ask you.
How much money do you want saved by the end of this year?
Write it down.
What's your ideal net worth 5 years from now?
Define it.
Why does it matter to you? That why is everything. It might be freedom. It might be your family's future. It might be leaving behind a legacy. When you connect your goals to a powerful reason, you unlock a fire inside you that nothing can extinguish.
Are you letting your dreams stay? Just dreams?
Are you afraid to set specific goals because you might not hit them? That's a limiting belief. And it's holding you back.
Here's the truth.
Clarity leads to action. Action leads to progress. Progress leads to wealth. And here's the part most people miss. Break big goals into small, actionable steps. You don't reach the top of a mountain with one giant leap. You climb it one step at a time.
So start there.
This month, set aside a little more money to invest. This week, learn one new thing about money. Today, cut one unnecessary expense.
These tiny steps.
They create momentum.
They keep your vision alive.
Every morning, spend a few quiet minutes reviewing your goals.
Visualize them. Feel the excitement of the life you are building.
That simple habit will shape your focus, guide your decisions, and align your actions with your deepest purpose.
Our minds crave direction.
Give it a target, and it will work tirelessly to make it real. Without clear goals and deadlines, your financial future drifts. But with them, you turn intention into action, potential into progress, and hope into wealth. You'll be amazed at what you can achieve when your mind is focused and your heart is committed. So, are you ready to chart a clear course to the wealth you deserve?
I believe in you. Secret Sub 10. Turn discipline into daily rituals, a solid foundation for financial freedom.
Let me tell you something that I believe is the heart of consistency.
It's the invisible engine behind all great success.
It's what transforms theory into reality. It's what turns big ideas into unstoppable progress.
Are you ready for the final and most foundational secret? Secret 삽 10. Turn discipline into daily rituals, a solid foundation for financial freedom.
You see, real wealth, true, lasting wealth, doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't come from a magical breakthrough or some dramatic transformation. It's built in quiet moments, in tiny, repeated decisions, in the small, seemingly insignificant actions you choose to take every single day. Those in the top 3%. They understand this truth deeply. They don't rely on luck. They don't wait for the perfect opportunity. They turn simple financial principles into powerful daily rituals, habits that quietly shape their destiny. We tend to dismiss small habits. What difference does reading 10 pages make? Saving just $10 won't change anything, right? But those invisible choices are what build the strongest financial foundations. Let's take a simple example. Reading just 10 minutes a day about money. Not to become a financial expert overnight. No. But to nurture a mindset of growth. To build understanding, one drop at a time. Knowledge compounds.
Just like money.
Each page you read, each podcast you listen to, each financial video you watch, it's all building your wisdom vault. Do that consistently for a year, and you'll know more than 97% of people who never open a book. Here's another ritual that sounds simple, but is incredibly powerful. Review your financial goals every morning. Yes.
Every morning.
Why? Because it sets the tone for your day. It reminds you what you're working toward. It sharpens your focus when life tries to distract you.
It keeps your purpose front and center.
And what about cutting just one unnecessary expense per week? That's not just about saving money. It's about building the muscle of discipline. It's about saying no to short-term temptation so you can say yes to your long-term vision. Each time you make that choice, you strengthen your self-control. And over time, even the smallest savings, when invested wisely, can create a massive impact. I remember when I was just getting started. I wasn't wealthy, but I made a commitment to daily financial rituals. I read financial books each morning, even just a few pages. I reviewed my goals, clear numbers, with clear deadlines. I set up automatic transfers to my investment account, no matter how small. And each week, I found one thing I could eliminate from my spending. At first, it felt small.
Almost too small to matter.
But over time, those tiny actions became unstoppable momentum. They transformed my financial life. Are you thinking you need a massive plan or huge resources to start building wealth? Are you stuck in the belief that small actions don't make a big difference? Let me tell you, that mindset is your biggest obstacle. If you want to build wealth, stop waiting for perfect timing.
Stop waiting for a big break.
Focus on what you can control.
Your daily habits.
These simple disciplines, practiced faithfully, will become your personal financial rituals. And they will become the bricks that build your financial freedom. Wealth is not a lightning strike. It's not an accident. It's not something you stumble upon. Wealth is a process, shaped by what you do every single day. So, are you ready to turn your small actions into powerful rituals?
Are you ready to let your daily habits lead the way to your freedom? I believe you are.
Secret number 11. Build a financial network. Create a legacy, not just wealth. Let me share with you a secret that I believe is the final gem. A deeper dimension that transforms your wealth into something complete and meaningful.
Are you ready for secret 4번 1?
Build a financial network. Create a legacy, not just wealth. There's a truth I've learned over decades. Wealth is not truly wealth until it's shared.
Sounds like a paradox, right?
Most people think wealth is about accumulating, about keeping things for yourself. But the top 3%, those who not only succeed but stay fulfilled, they understand this. Building wealth is not just a personal victory. It's a legacy.
When you keep your financial journey to yourself,
You limit its power. But when you begin to share what you've learned, That power multiplies in ways money alone never could. I remember when I first started talking openly about money, with my family, my friends. At first, it felt awkward, vulnerable. But then something amazing happened. Not only was I able to help them, but my own understanding of finances deepened. Sharing my insights made me more committed, more accountable, more aware. And something even bigger started to take shape. I was planting seeds. Seeds that would grow beyond my life. Seeds that would empower others. That, my friend, is where true financial freedom lives.
Not just in what you keep,
But in what you give, what you build for others.
what you leave behind.
When you turn your wealth into a shared mission, it becomes more than just numbers. It becomes a culture, a value system that shapes generations. Let's also talk about something powerful here.
Accountability.
When you share your goals with others, you create a network of support that keeps you focused, disciplined, and motivated. It's easy to slack off when no one's watching, right? But when you're part of a community, when you have a coach, a friend, a mentor, you're much more likely to stay the course.
I've seen it time and time again.
Those who share their plans, those who invite feedback, those who ask for support, they go further and faster than those who try to do it all alone. Wealth isn't a secret to hide. It's a story to share. It's a tool to empower. 97% of people are focused on consuming and keeping everything to themselves. But the 3%, they understand this truth.
Teach what you learn.
Share your struggles and wins. Stay accountable, not just to yourself, but to those who believe in you. That's how wealth becomes something far greater. A legacy that lives on long after you're gone.
Let me ask you. Are you building wealth just for yourself?
Are you stuck in the belief that you have to do it all alone? Are you afraid to share because it feels too vulnerable? Let go of that thinking. Build your wealth, yes. But also, build people.
Teach what you've learned. Share your journey.
Be honest about your goals. Encourage those around you. Because when you uplift others through your wealth, your success doesn't just last for a moment. It becomes a movement.
So, are you ready to turn your wealth into something deeper?
Something that outlives you. Not just a bank account, but a ripple effect. A legacy.
A transformation.
I believe you can do it. And I'm honored to walk this journey with you.
Final message. Your wealth journey starts today. If come a long way together, haven't we?
From paying yourself first to building a financial network, each of the 11 powerful secrets has brought you closer to the most liberated, prosperous version of yourself. My friend, this is everything I've wanted to share with you in this series. I hope these lessons have sparked a new light within you, a fresh drive to create the life you've always dreamed of. Because wealth is not a destination. It's a journey of personal growth, of discipline, and of creating lasting value.
Don't wait for the perfect moment.
Don't wait until you have more.
Start now, with what you have, where you are.
Because the future you desire is waiting just beyond the choices you make today.
Small steps.
Big impact. Clarity. Consistency. Commitment. That's how wealth is built. Let each of these secrets become more than just knowledge. Let them become your new financial mindset. Let them shape your daily actions, your decisions, your destiny. Thank you for walking this journey with me. It's been an honor to share this space with you. I truly believe in your potential. And I can't wait to see where you go from here. Movie Camera in the next video will dive into one last, but deeply important, secret. Why wealth isn't truly wealth until it's shared. And how ownership and legacy are the keys to lasting fulfillment. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you won't miss it. I'll see you there, very soon.